Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Rhiannon and today I'm bringing you guys another weekly reading vlog. I have been meaning to start off this vlog all week. It is actually Saturday evening now on the 8th of October, which means that I have essentially missed this whole week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this video here and I'm going to update the vlog until next Sunday. So you will have a full week plus an extra day just because I'm off tomorrow, and I thought I would start this now so that I could document what I'm reading, because I do already have some reading updates for you guys. The first one is that I've started and finished Echo North, and I am just double checking who the author is because I can't remember off the top of my head, but the author is Joanna Ruth Meyer. I will have a picture of the cover up somewhere on screen for you guys because I don't own a physical copy. I actually listened to this book on Scribd and I ended up giving this one 3 stars. So this is a retelling of the story East of the Sun, West of the Moon. It's a story that I've known about for years actually. I watched a film about it when I was really young and I can't remember what the film was. It was a really old one and I couldn't remember what the film was based off of until I read this book, because as I mentioned, this is a retelling of the same story, and that's when it kind of clicked for me, like, oh, that film that I watched and really enjoyed is actually East of the Sun, West of the Moon. So I did pick this one up. It was for the winter prompt for Bookopolython last month, which was a month-long readathon. I didn't manage to finish it in September, unfortunately. I finished it Thursday, I want to say, which would have been the 6th of October, and that was just completely on me. I don't really know why, but I wasn't gravitating towards it and I wasn't wanting to listen to it all that much. It was really handy for me to put on my commute to and from work every day, but then as soon as I got home I just really didn't want to be listening to it, which is such a shame, and I can't quite put my finger on why. I just think that it was a little simplistic for me, and I feel like the book wrapped up so quickly that I was just a little bit confused with what was going on. So I ended up giving that one 3 out of 5 stars. It was an enjoyable read. It's one that I would recommend, especially if you love your wintry polar fantasy, but unfortunately it's not a new favourite book of mine. One that I am absolutely loving at the minute though is The Box in the Woods by Maureen Johnson. I do have a copy of the book, but it's way up there on my shelf and honestly I'm too lazy to get out right now, but I have started the audiobook for that one. I currently have 3 hours left of the audiobook. I listen at 2 times the speed, so technically 6 hours, but not really. And I'm on chapter 9 out of 32. If you don't know, this is the sequel to the Truly Devious series by Maureen Johnson, in which we follow a girl called Stevie Bell who goes to Allingham Academy, which is a prestigious school for children with specific interests and gifts. And Stevie's interest is in true crime. The main reason that she wants to go to this school is because a kidnapping took place when the school first opened. It was the wife and child of the owner of the school, and it was a massive case. It was a very publicised one because obviously Albert Ellingham, who is the husband, was very rich and influential, so to have his family go missing was just crazy, and the only clue that was left by the murderer were some riddles signed off by the name Truly Devious. That book was phenomenal. That whole trilogy actually was so good. I listened to all 3 books on audio and I would highly recommend consuming the story that way, and so that's what I've decided to do with The Box in the Woods. It's one that I've saved on Scribd for months actually. I downloaded it and everything, so it was ready to go, but I just kept putting it off, and I think I was just scared that it wouldn't be as good as the core trilogy. But oh my goodness guys, I'm so happy to say that I am really enjoying this one so far. I definitely think I prefer when we are set in the past in this book, because I really do want to know what has happened and who the perpetrator is and things like that, but of course we need to follow the main characters of this book as they try and piece together who has committed these murders. So I'm definitely intrigued. I don't have any suspects just yet, and obviously if I did I couldn't tell you because I don't want to spoil anything for this book because it does take place after the Truly Devious series, but the writing is amazing, the atmosphere is fantastic, and I'm so happy to be back with these characters again. So that is the audiobook that I'm currently listening to, but I do also have a physical read as well. I know guys, I told you there was a lot of updates in this first clip, but the book that I have started physically is Gilded by Marissa Meyer. Now I do have the dust jacket here, it looks like this, and this is a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. So I will just read you the synopsis of this because even though it's a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, it's of course going to be very different. We are in a fantastical setting with multiple characters and different lore and things like that. So it does just say, long ago, cursed by the god of lies, a miller's daughter has developed a talent for spinning stories that are fantastical and spellbinding and entirely untrue. Also, everyone believes. When one of Serelda's outlandish tales draws the attention of the sinister Earl King and his undead hunters, she finds herself swept away into a grim world where ghouls and phantoms prowl the earth and hollow-eyed ravens track her every move. The king orders Serelda to complete the impossible task of spinning straw into gold or be killed for telling falsehoods. In her desperation, Serelda unwittingly summons a mysterious boy to her aid. He agrees to help her for a price. Soon Serelda realizes that there is more than one secret hidden in the castle walls, including an ancient curse that must be broken if she hopes to end the tyranny of the king and his wild hunt forever. So I am currently 160 pages into this book, so I have read this much, I have this much to go. This is such a fast read. As soon as I pick this up, I feel like I just fly through the story and I read 50 pages in one go, which is obviously fantastic. But once again, I just haven't been wanting to pick this book up for some reason. I am definitely gonna have to set a kind of goal for myself to read 50 pages every day, I think, this week, to see if that will help me to actually sit down and finish a book. Because if you've seen my October TBR, you'll know that I have a good stack of books that I want to get to this month, and I think a tracker will be the only way to make that possible. It really did help me at the start of September. I kind of spontaneously decided that I was going to read 50 pages every day, and what I did was I went to bed early and read before bed, and I feel like that was such a therapeutic thing for me. It definitely made me sleep better, and of course I got a good amount of pages read there as well. So I think I'm going to try doing that again because my sleep pattern has been all over the place these last few weeks. I've not been well, I've just been panicking about things as well, so my anxiety's been keeping me up. So I think I just need to find something that relaxes me before bed, which will hopefully be reading, and that way I will be able to create content for you guys because I will have been reading. Oh my days, I'm so sorry. I feel like that was such a rambly introduction to this vlog, but honestly I just needed to get it all out there because, as I mentioned, I've been meaning to start this vlog for a few days now and I just haven't done so. So it's nice to kind of sit down and talk to you guys and let you guys know what I've been reading and things like that. And I'm really hoping actually that I can make a good dent in either this book or Truly Devious tomorrow, so that I can start off the next week with a different set of books in order to try and get through my October TBR. I honestly don't know if I'm going to read tonight. I am knackered. I don't know if you can tell. My contacts have been in all day because I've been filming. I've been out with my mum. We actually took flowers to my auntie's grave and then we decided to go into the church actually, which I haven't done for a while because I get overwhelmed with emotions when I go there. Essentially we only go into this church for christenings, weddings or funerals, and obviously 2 of those occasions are happy ones, but we've been to more funerals than I would like to have been to, and so going back there is really difficult. But we went, and do you know what, it was so therapeutic. I got to write a little note down and hang it up on a tree, which was really nice. Essentially what it was just a white tree that was on a table as soon as you walked in, and there was a note that said, please leave any messages that you would like for your loved ones or that you would want read out during the ceremony next week. And so I wrote one, my mum wrote one, and I think I just wrote, to Auntie Lynn, 9 and tied, I miss you every single day and I think about you every single day, and that was it. But I think just the act of going there, writing that down and hanging it up on that tree with a lot of other people's wishes and prayers and things like that was really helpful for me. And then we also went a bit further into the church and there was a station that said, please take a pebble, think about all the things that you would like to leave behind with this pebble, and then put it into a bowl of water that was there for us, and then on your way out ask Jesus or God for help to get over what you have left behind kind, essentially. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am not religious. I do believe in certain things, however I am not considering myself to be a very religious person. I haven't been christened, I haven't really brought up to be a religious person, but I do think that certain things there do help, especially in a time where you need reassurance and you need to know that someone else is there. It's definitely a powerful thing. So I do have my beliefs, I just wouldn't say I am a really religious person. I don't know if I'm getting across what I'm trying to say, but essentially I do believe in God and Jesus and all that, but I don't practice it. I just kind of like get on with my life, but it's a way to help me cope when things like this happen. So yeah, it was just really therapeutic for me to go there, especially with my mum as well, because she's always been the strong one in the family, and I think we all need to remember that she lost a sister, which is a whole different type of grief that I can't even imagine. So I think both of us going there, both of us writing out our little messages and then doing that thing with the pebble, it just kind of lightened us a little bit, and yeah, it was just really worthwhile. So I'm so glad that we did that. Obviously I didn't film because it just wasn't a day that I wanted to film, to be honest with you, but after that I came back, I filmed another video which was my September book haul, which I don't know if it'll be up by the time this video goes live. I think it will be. I think it will have gone up the Sunday before, so if you haven't seen that, I will leave it linked up above and down below for you guys so you can check it out. And then I sat down to edit the first video that I filmed, which was my October TBR video. So I've had a busy day. I don't feel like I've stopped at all, and yeah, as I mentioned, I'm feeling it now. My back is hurting because I've been sat on this floor for like half the day. My eyes are hurting because my contacts have been in since early this morning. And I think I just need to take off my makeup, get in bed, get cozy, and I think what I'm gonna do is watch Hocus Pocus 2. I have been meaning to watch this film all week, you guys. It came out last week and for some reason I just haven't watched it. I think I've been a little bit scared because I wasn't the biggest fan of the first one, but the more I've watched it, the more I've come to enjoy it and appreciate it. And then seeing everyone else watch this film and seeing their reviews and things like that, it just has me so excited. I really want to know the backstory of the Sanderson sisters. I want to know what's going on in Salem this time around to bring them back. And yeah, I think it's just gonna be exactly what I need at the minute, and it's gonna give me all those spooky vibes. So I think that's the plan. I don't think Tom wants to watch it with me. He's currently on his Xbox downstairs, so I think I'm gonna curl up in bed and watch that tonight, just as a form of self-care, because I definitely feel like I need it. And yeah, it's one that I've been wanting to watch for a while, so I don't think any reading's gonna get done, but I am going to watch what will hopefully be an amazing film. So that is the plan. I am gonna go downstairs, probably make a cup of tea or just a warm drink, and then yeah, like I mentioned, I will get changed, get into bed and pop on the film. So yeah, I guess stay tuned for some b-roll. I will hopefully read tomorrow morning as well so that I can update you with a few of my thoughts, and hopefully this will be a very successful reading vlog where I read a lot of books. So stay tuned, and now let's go and watch the film. Right, it's now Monday evening. Please excuse the state of me. I've had this makeup on since 8 o'clock this morning, maybe even before that, and it's currently 9:15 at night, so I'm definitely not looking fresh. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but I am actually running a bath as well. So after this clip, I am going to take off my makeup, go for a bath, wash my hair, and get all cozy in bed because I am planning to read tonight. However, before I get into that, I do need to give you guys some updates because I honestly can't believe I'm about to tell you this, but I finished The Box in the Woods last night, which you'll know if you've been following me all throughout this year is a massive accomplishment because I've been in the world's worst reading slump. I've barely been reading anything, and if I have been reading, it has been taking me so long to get through books. Yesterday though, I did decide to deep clean the house, so I focused mainly on the kitchen. I of course hoovered everywhere, but I decided to properly tackle the kitchen, and then I also decided for some some reason to go through all of my clothes, which, oh my goodness, you guys, was a task. And that is how I got the majority of my listening time done yesterday, because I was honestly at it for hours. I could have done more as well. I feel like once you start cleaning, you just want to tackle absolutely everything, but it would have been too much for me, so I kept it just to the kitchen and the clothes. And yeah, I am really chuffed actually. It was such an amazing audiobook, as I expected it would be, because I loved the Truly Devious series so much. And yeah, this was definitely a good read, a good story, a good mystery. I did end up giving it 4 stars, not the full 5, just because I feel like the ending was a bit rushed and we didn't exactly see the fallout of what happened, so I think that's my only gripe with it. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more, but other than that, loved the dual timeline. I was definitely more interested in the past timeline than I was in present day, because obviously that's the big mystery, but we did find out certain things in present day as well. Of course, we met some characters, things happened to those characters, which was interesting. And yeah, all in all, I had a fantastic time listening to it, and I'm so chuffed that I managed to finish it almost in one sitting. I had listened to, I want to say, like 7 chapters beforehand, and then the rest of the book I did listen to on Sunday. So yeah, definitely a productive day for me. I felt really good, and I have actually started Shadow Glass now by Josh Winning, and even though I do have the physical copy for this, I have decided to listen to it on audio, just because I finished The Box in the Woods. I really did need another audiobook, and this one was on script. The only thing I will say though is that the narrator for this audiobook is not my favourite. I think his voice is just a little too kind of raspy, and so because I listen to audiobooks on my commute, I find it really hard to actually hear what is being said properly. So I do have to turn the volume right up, and it does give me a bit of a headache, and I just struggle to keep focus. So I don't know, maybe I'll try and read some more of it tonight with the audiobook. One element I think as well that I'm missing out on is the mixed media element. So you can see here there's kind of transcripts and things like that throughout, and because I'm listening to it, it obviously doesn't quite have the same effect. So I don't know what to do. It's not my favourite audiobook, as I mentioned. I might give it a little bit more time, but I'm currently, I want to say, like 3 chapters in. Let me just check, I've got my phone here actually. I'm currently 6 chapters in, and I really don't know what has gone on yet. Like, I can kind of piece certain things together, but it doesn't really make sense. So yeah, I don't know what to do about that one. I really need an audiobook, and the only other audiobook I can get for a book that's on my actual October TBR is Gallant by V.E. Schwab. Again, that's one I would prefer to read physically, but because of time constraints and things like that, I have downloaded the audiobook and will probably get to it after this one. However, I would like to listen to this one first, just so that I can experience it, because a load of you guys have commented on my TBR video saying that this book is amazing, and at the minute I'm just not feeling it. So we shall see. I will redo the synopsis though, because I haven't even done that yet. This one says, Jack Corman is haunted by his father's failure. Director Bob Corman poured his heart and soul into The Shadow Glass, a mesmeric fantasy film populated by puppets. It flopped, turning Bob into a self-pitying alcoholic. Jobless and mourning his late father, Jack returns home, a place overflowing with movie memorabilia and painful memories. But Jack's world is thrown into chaos when the puppets in the attic start talking. So begins a desperate quest to save London from the evil creatures of his childhood stories. With fanboy Toby and studio suit Amelia in tow, Jack must confront the world of the Shadow Glass and do his father proud. So it really does sound like a crazy book, but that's why I thought it would be a good one, because I just thought it would get me out of my slump and I would get immersed in the story. However, as I mentioned, not quite happening yet. I really do hope that that changes though, because I really do want to love this book. According to script, I have 4 hours and 36 minutes left to listen to, which is quite a lot actually, but I'm hoping that with my commute and things like that, it will get done quickly. I might listen to a bit whilst I'm in the bath tonight, we shall see. But I am around 89 pages in and just not connecting to it so far. So as I mentioned, hopefully that will change. I really do want it to change, because I really do want to love this book. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it, and I definitely think that it should be one that I like. At this current point in time, I haven't read more of Gilded, but my plan, as I mentioned, is to go for a bath now, to get into bed and read a good chunk of this book. I'm hoping to read between 50 and 100 pages, so hopefully that is the case. But because I've been so busy over the weekend, I just haven't had a minute to myself to sit down and read this. I only got home about 6 o'clock, maybe half 6 today, because I have a staff meeting every Monday, and then I try and stay to get some stuff done after the staff meeting, which is normally tied into it, but it just means that I end up staying at work until about half 5, 6ish, and so Monday is definitely a day where I don't really do anything as soon as I get home except make tea, which is what I've done. Tom took Kiwi for a walk, and yeah, I don't know if you can tell, I am battling another cold once again. This is honestly my life right now, and it sucks. I feel like every week I've come down with a new cold, and then I start to get a bit better and just go downhill again, so please excuse that. It might just be the fact that it's late at night now and that I am knackered, but yeah, hopefully it doesn't get any worse, because I do not want to be sick at all, especially during October, because I have so much planned, and I have my trip to Disneyland Paris at the end of this month as well, so I really do want to be healthy for that. I don't want anything to spoil it, so I am going to try and look after myself a bit better now, starting with the bath. So I'm going to end this clip here. I probably won't update you guys tonight because, as I mentioned, gonna just chill out and read, but hopefully I'll read enough that I'll be able to talk about Gilded some more tomorrow, and possibly give you some more updates on Shadowglass as well. Right guys, I lied earlier when I said that I wasn't going to update you tonight, because after I stopped filming I realised that I never told you guys what I thought about Hocus Pocus 2. So I did mention yesterday that I was going to watch it, and oh my goodness you guys, I loved it so much, which did kind of surprise me. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it because I don't love the first one, but I think it was just so well done. The main three witches, who are the Sanderson sisters, were phenomenal, and it's so crazy to me that like 30 years has passed since they first did Hocus Pocus, because they look exactly the same. You wouldn't think any time has passed at all, and yeah, it was definitely nostalgic, and I really loved the storyline and the ending. Oh my goodness, I won't spoil anything, but I was crying. So let's just leave it at that. But if you're like me and you weren't sure about watching the new film, I would highly recommend it. It is so good, and it's one that I will definitely be rewatching before Halloween, because yeah, I just need to experience that again, because it had me feeling all the emotions, and yeah, it was just so good. So if you haven't seen it, I definitely think you should. I might even see if my niece wants to watch it before we go to Disney on Ice. We shall see though, because I'm not sure if she'll be scared of it or not. She's only 5, so we'll see how that goes, but if not, I will definitely try and get my cousin to watch it before we go to Disney. So yeah, it was phenomenal. So sorry I didn't mention this earlier, but as I've mentioned, I've had like 100 things going on, and yeah, I am definitely tired. So just wanted to pop in now and give you guys my thoughts. But for now, as I mentioned previously, I'm going to try and read some more of Gilded. However, I've just noticed that I haven't brought it upstairs with me, so I need to go back downstairs. What an inconvenience, to go and get it so that I can finally start reading it again. Time that I updated this vlog. I'm so sorry guys, it's been such a busy week for me, and I have been feeling very low and very tired. So essentially I haven't updated you since I was talking about Hocus Pocus 2, and I don't even remember what day that was, but it's now Saturday. I spent the entire day today at the salon, as you saw. I have dyed my hair once again. I just had a bit of a freshen up and I love it. It's definitely going to take some getting used to again though, because I went to a different salon last time just because I didn't have time before graduation to go to my usual salon, and whilst I liked what they did, I didn't love the top, and I feel like the colour was quite strong. I feel like it was very yellow, whereas this obviously is a lot more ashy. Kind of looks a bit darker in some places as well, because we did put a little bit of brown in there just to kind of balance it out so that it didn't look so intense. And yeah, I absolutely love it. I was at the salon for almost 5 hours, which is a lot, and I didn't read anything. I honestly planned to, But when I got there, I was just chit-chatting away, and then I decided that I would go through my camera roll and delete some photos because I'm going to Disneyland at the end of this month and I need as much storage as I can get because I know I'm going to take a bajillion photos. So yeah, that's what I did essentially whilst I was just sat there. And then I came home and I filmed my November TBR already. We're only on the 15th of October, but next weekend I feel like it's going to be quite manic, and then the weekend after we're going to Disney. So I really don't have a lot of time, so I had to just pre-film that. And then I have filmed a pack with me for Disneyland Paris because, as I mentioned, next week's a bit chaotic, and then the Friday before we go I have a work due. So we fly out at 8 o'clock on the 29th, but obviously we'll have to leave here about 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and my work due is on the Friday, so I'm gonna be absolutely knackered and I'm not gonna have a chance to pack on the Friday. So I'm trying to do everything in advance, but I just don't think the pack with me went well. I've never filmed anything like that before, but I love watching them, and so I thought I'd give it a go. But I don't know, it might be fine. After filming it, I just felt so deflated because I was filming for a while. My voice is gone. My throat is really, really hurting right now. I actually just have a mug of warm Ribena here, or hot Ribena I should say, not warm, because I just need it. Like, I feel rough today. I'm still a bit poorly. I still have a cold that's just been lingering for about a month now. And yeah, to put in so much time trying to do this pack with me and then not having it go right is just really frustrating. I tried to film in here, but there wasn't really a good way for me to film in here and show everything, and I just think it's a bit of a mess. So if that video does come out, please go ahead and give it some love, because I've just felt awful and I don't know why. So yeah, not really feeling the best at the minute, but hey ho, it's just a video. That rhymed. And then in terms of my reading, I'm not doing too good either, guys. I haven't really read any more of Gilded. I'm gonna try and do tonight, but as you can tell by the state of me, I feel like I just want to crawl into bed and just go to sleep. I feel so tired. Like, honestly, having to stare at myself for 5 hours today was awful because I looked a right state. I have bags that are down here. Obviously it looks a bit better now because I have makeup on, but it was just one where I felt so bad about myself that it's just put me in a really crappy mood, to be honest with you. And I feel like no matter how much sleep I get, I'm just looking awful. Anyway, back to the book. I am on chapter 19, which is page 173. So I think I only read a chapter that night when I said I was going to sit down and read. So not the best. And then Shadow Glass. I definitely am a lot further in because I have been listening to it. I'm on chapter 17 of 29 now, and I have 2 hours of the audiobook left. So definitely getting there. I really wanted to finish out these 2 books this weekend, but as I mentioned, it's already Saturday night, and tomorrow I want to try and edit the pack with me so that it can go up next Sunday. It's just going to be a lot, so we'll see. I really do want to get some reading done though. I'd love to finish Shadow Glass. I think I'm going to clean the house tomorrow morning, so that should get done. But the physical book, once again, is being put to the side for reasons that are just annoying me. So yeah, that's where we're at the minute. I'm definitely enjoying Shadow Glass a lot more now that we are into the story. However, I'm still so confused by the different characters, and I'm still not quite sure what is actually going on. So at the minute, it's a 3-star read for me. It's nothing special, but I am enjoying it. It's not the worst thing I've ever read. But yeah, I don't know. There's just something. It might be the fact that I'm listening to it. Maybe I'm just not retaining all the information. But yeah, it's just not my thing. But it should be my thing because I love stuff like this that's fantastical and things coming to life and, you know, fictional worlds actually existing. I don't know, I'm rambling, but yeah, I'm quite sad that I'm not loving it. And then this one, I don't know why I'm not picking this one up. I'm just so tired that I think I find it hard to physically read, and I'd much rather just lie down in bed and watch something rather than try and sit up and read and focus on the story and take it all in, especially after having such a busy day. So yeah, not the best update unfortunately, guys, but this is life, you know? I've had an awful week, to be completely honest with you. I feel like every single day something went wrong and it was just a proper downer. So hopefully next week is a bit better for me. We've only got 2 weeks left now until half term, and I'm counting down the days because I'm going to Disneyland, as I mentioned. So yeah, we're getting there, and hopefully it gets a bit better, though I'm not sure if it will because I'm on a course one of the days, and then we have parents' evening as well, so I need to try and sort things out for that. I also need to put in all my assessments for nursery at the minute as well. The 6-week assessment period at the start needs to be inputted, which means a lot of data inputting into a lot of different spreadsheets, which is just going to take forever, which is not fun, but that's part of the job, I guess, isn't it? So I'm just gonna have to suck it up and deal with it. But at least I filmed 2 videos today. If the pack with me is actually good, we'll see. So that means now that I have 2 weeks pre-filmed, which is great, and then I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the other week. Maybe that'll be the first Disney vlog to come out on the Sunday of half term. We'll see. I'm rambling, but my throat is killing me. We're having such crazy weather right now as well. We've had thunder and lightning tonight and hailstones. It's been insane. So I think I do just want to crawl into bed, to be honest with you, which is why I'm up here. I'm gonna take off my makeup, drink my drink. Hopefully that will make me feel a little bit better, but honestly I just yeah, I'm feeling a certain type of way tonight, so I'm gonna go to bed. I do actually have a book to unbox for you guys tomorrow, I suppose. I was gonna do it tonight, but it's downstairs. So I'll do that tomorrow. I think I know what it is, but I'm not too sure because Waterstones, as you probably know, are sending out random parcels at the minute. Or not random, stuff that I've ordered, but just in a random order. So it could be one of a few things, but there's one thing I've been waiting for a few weeks. I think it's that one, but oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Right, I'm ending this clip. I'm gonna sneeze again. I'll chat to you guys tomorrow when I do this unboxing. Right guys, I am finally here to close out this vlog. It's been another long one somehow, and I do apologise for that because I do feel like it's been a very chaotic one. So I have edited the vlog up to this part, and I didn't even tell you guys that it was mine and Tom's 5-year anniversary on Thursday, and we went out to Hickory's to celebrate. So yeah, we've been together 5 years, which is crazy, and we weren't really going to do anything to celebrate, but I thought, why the hell not? We deserve it. We've been together for half a decade, which again is just insane. And so yeah, I booked us a table at Hickory's and we had a lovely meal. So sorry that I just threw that in the b-roll and then never addressed it, but I'm doing so now. Hopefully it's okay. Honestly, you guys, the brain fog this week is just so bad. I genuinely don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like it's this constant cold, the fact that I'm tired all the time as well. I seem to be going to bed at like 8 o'clock and then I'm still drained when I get up in the morning, which is obviously not great. I look a state as well, which doesn't help my self-esteem, but yeah, I think it's just a mix of a lot of different things. So I do want to apologise that this vlog has been all over the place. In terms of bookish updates though, I am happy to say that I did in fact finish listening to The Shadow Glass, and I definitely got into it by the end. However, my 3-star rating still stands. It was a really good novel, a compelling read, but there was just something that I wasn't quite connecting with, and I did find it hard to initially get into the book, as you guys will have heard from my last few updates. But it is one that I would definitely recommend. I feel like if I were to read it physically as well, I might have had a better time with it. There were just a lot of characters. A lot of the characters as well were fictional characters that come to life, so it was quite hard to kind of remember who was who and what their role in this big plot was. But I love the development of certain relationships throughout this book. It definitely dealt with some important topics, but there are a few things that I would have liked to have been made clearer. And of course I'm not going to say what because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but yeah, just the way some things went down, I just had a few questions about. So it's a 3-star read, more of a 3.5 actually. I did have a good time listening to it. And then with Gilded, I still have the dust jacket here. I have not read any more of this book, so I do think I'm going to have to put it down temporarily just because I don't want to get into another reading slump. I would love to finish this though by the end of October, maybe even the start of November, because as I mentioned finished. I'm like 100 pages in, and I do think once I actually sat down and dedicated some time to it, then I would fly through it and read it really quickly. However, as I mentioned, I've just been all over the place. I'm tired. There's a lot of stuff going on right now with me that just making me not want to read. So I have decided to put it down for a bit. I have picked up something else which you will see in next week's vlog, so keep your eyes peeled, and hopefully by doing that it will mean that I can read a few more books as well. I am going to close out this vlog here though, you guys. If you have watched it all the way, thank you first of all, and secondly, go ahead and leave me a fox emoji down in the comments. Now the more I look at this cover, the more it scares me, because you'll be able to see here that the puppets in this kind of look like foxes, so that's the emoji of choice for this video. I say it all the time, but seeing you guys comment the emoji of the video truly does mean the world to me. It honestly blows my mind that people watch these all the way through. So if you would like to let me know that you're still here but don't have anything in particular that you would like to say, please go ahead and comment that now. As well as that, please don't forget to click the like button if you like this video, and the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. It truly does mean the world to me, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye!